And asking is what's one thing about Iranians that you want the world to know that you think they don't know much about or you think is misunderstood?
Yeah, I feel like the first thing misunderstood is Islam the main or majority of Iranian people's religion, which is not. So when I moved to Australia, the first question by default was, so you're from Iran and you're Muslim? And the answer is no. Unfortunately, 47 years of Islam being almost forced on our people, on our country, and see what happened to our country. So that would be the first thing that I would say it's misunderstood about Iranian people. And the second is how much we are peaceful. Because again, in the media outlets, they all hear about the Islamic regime of Iran, but they don't know people of Iran. It's different. It's Islamic regime and it's the people of Iran. And we just want peace and freedom like just the normal human being. We want to be able to walk our dogs, and that's literally forbidden in Iran.
It's illegal to walk dogs in Iran.
It is illegal to, like, my auntie had a dog and they told her, if we see you walk your dog, we'll shoot your dog and you have to pay for the bullet.
Is it illegal for women to sing in public?
Yes, so the women's voice, basically, as per Islamic law, Sharia, is not allowed. So we are not allowed to sing. We are not allowed to ride motorbikes. We are not allowed to, for a very long time, we were not allowed to be prime minister, presidents, any higher kind of rank in politics as well.
And are women allowed to show their hair in public? Come on, this is a slam dunk.
I mean, come on, we all know how to answer to that. Yeah, if I go out like this in Iran, that'll be the last time I'll be seen on the face of the earth. So just everything that you feel like it's normal life, like going for put your hair up and go for a run in the morning, you can do that. Take your dog for a walk, you can do that. And
all right, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, whom rule and teach well the titles is truth. This is your brother Yashamai from the GMS Atlanta camp. I came across this video earlier today, and this is my first time playing it through. And the reason that I wanted to do a video on this is because here we see a perfect example of what America breeds. What we just saw was a video about a female complaining, which, of course, that's always breaking news, right? A female got something, a female's got something to tell you, right? And what do we see here? We see a female complaining, talking about how oppressive the Iranian regime is, but check out how she's dressed. She's dressed like a harlot, man. And that's essentially what these females want. That's essentially what these other people that are trying to leave Iran want. They want the freedom to be like an American. They want to, that's something else that she had mentioned, was that women don't have the opportunity to be in positions of power. Well, that's because you're not supposed to be. But but who gives them that idea? America gives them that idea. America, the same America that gave you women equal rights and and had you fight your man, broke up marriages, broke up families, and then turned around and put men dressed up as women to dominate you guys in female sports. I mean, what we're looking at here is we are looking at what may very well be a before and after of Iran. And of course, America always tries to pull at your heartstrings, because what did she mention? She mentioned that, I can't walk my dog, and that our people are so simple. The world is so simple, man, that it's those kinds of narratives that pull at your heartstrings that make you make America win the public opinion, because really that's what's needed to go to war. You need to have the public on your side, and you can go to war. And so that's the public. That's how they're trying to appeal onto the public. Oh, they can't walk their dogs. That's too much. America doesn't care about you walking your dog, man. Look at here, man. It says beagles are frequently used in U.S. labs, man. I mean, it was, I think, like 2 or 3 years ago, it came out that Fauci was, experimenting with beagles, where he was having fruit flies literally bite to death these beagles. I mean, think about that, a fruit fly biting you to death. That is a long, like, dragged out, excruciating death, man, to get bit to death by a fruit fly. So America doesn't care about you being able to walk your dog, man. America cares about you know, its goal of dominating the globe, man. Let's go ahead and get into the scriptures. This is Nahum 3, verse 1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robberies. The prey departeth not." And, who is that bloody city today? Well, that bloody city is America. It says, "The prey departeth not." What does that mean? It means that they are consistently at war. I mean, it it's been just over 1 month since they kidnapped the Venezuelan president, right? It's been over, what, 2 months since they shot down 14 boats in the Caribbean, right? It's been, I mean, this now they're talking about going into Iran. They're talking about, taking Greenland. They're talking about taking Cuba. Now they've got, there was a report that came out that said America sent 19 SEAL Team 6 people over to Mexico so that they can help them fight against the cartels. America doesn't care about that. They care about their global dominance. Again, the prey departeth not, man. Now, from there, I want to jump down here to verse 4. It says, "Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, that sells nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft." And that's exactly what America does. It is a spell. That's the witchcraft. It is a spell that they put upon the globe. Revelations 13 talks about all of the nations imitating them. That's why everybody dresses up in a business suit. Why? Because of that enchantment, that enchantment of, America is the best, and our country can only succeed if we go and be like the Americans. And matter of fact, let's get First Maccabees. I believe it's in chapter 1. Blah, 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 blah. If it's not in chapter 1, let me see. Right here, 11. First Maccabees 1:11. "In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow." And that's even our own people get caught up in this, man. People see Esau, Edom. The world sees America thriving, and they want to be like them. Just as our people do. They want to take after their customs, man. But even the scriptures warn about that. Doesn't the scripture say, "Envy not the oppressor and take not after his ways"? See, we understand that Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed whites, they are in their position of power not because of how they carry themselves. No, the scripture calls them the bases of men. They are in a position of power. Why? Job 9:24. "The earth is given to the hand of the wicked." Matter of fact, I know it's a simple word, but let's get that definition. Given. It says inclined or disposed to. Okay, this world has been disposed. It's been given to you, man. So taking after the ways of the heathens, man, it's not gonna make you successful. It's just gonna condemn you, man. Right? In a lot of the world, man, a lot of, like, for example, France, Europe, a lot of the NATO nations, they are beginning to wake up, man. They are beginning to wake up from this wine. This is Jeremiah 51:7 says, "Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh Shai's hand." And that's exactly what this place has been. It's it's been portrayed as the golden city, man. It says that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. And we understand that here wine is talking about philosophy, man, because that's exactly what America has done. It's gone through and it's spread its philosophy to the other nations, man. whether it's through them setting up NGOs, or whether it's through them, setting up nonprofits to go and quotation marks help, a help grow their economy, or help stabilize them. No, man, the scriptures talk about it. It says the angel. It says, marvel not, the Satan appears as an angel of light, man, and that's exactly what this. That's exactly what's going on here. See, if if Iran, again, gets end up being quotation marks liberated, this is exactly what you're gonna get. And I mean, look at America. Why would you want to be like America? Your women, want to try to rule over you. You get, transmissions, going into the men's bathroom. You know, you get, the Epstein files. You get, the jab being forced upon you. You get censored. You get debanked. You get labeled, certain groups. Man, like, what is there to want? You know, ultimately, that's why Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai has to come back, man, because this, the scriptures talk about the day of when Yahushai comes back. People are getting, it's gonna be like the days of Noah. There was a lot of wickedness going on, and that's what this world wants to do, man. They want to continue in this world of wickedness. They want to, more and more women want to, show, show off, your bodies, but then get mad at you when you look at them, or they want to show off their bodies, be free, and then they walk into a dark alley and then wonder why they're getting, taken advantage of, because you're bringing it upon yourself, man. You're bringing it upon yourself. Now, I want to get this one here. Many offenses must come. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull that. Matthew 18:7 says, woe unto the world because of offenses. For it must needs be that offenses come, but woe to that man by whom the offense cometh. So, we understand that, the book of Proverbs calls the wicked his sword, the scriptures call him the hammer of the earth. We understand that, this bastard has been set up to, to be the man of sin, as mentioned in the book of 2 Thessalonians. And so we understand that offenses are going to come because of that. But there's a judgment, and this is a cut for our people that say, oh, well, we all sin. No, the scriptures here says, yes, sin is going to come, but but woe, destruction to that man whom the offenses cometh, man. America has a big price to pay, okay? Because America is nothing but a foolish woman, as mentioned in Proverbs 9. Right here it says, a foolish woman is clamorous. And, we know that America is the whore that rides upon the beast, right? A foolish woman, what? Because she is without wisdom, as it says in the book of Job, right? A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knows nothing. Though a woman will very damn well appear to know, like she got it all together, right? And that's exactly what America does, man. They appear like they've got it together, but check out its economy, man. You're like $39 trillion in debt. You got Americans giving their plasma just to make ends meet. I mean, America knows nothing, man. If they knew something, they wouldn't be in debt. But what do our people? What does the world want to do? They want to be like them, man. It says, for she sits at the door of her house on a seat in the high places of the city. It's not America, It says that she rides the beast again, but America is on top of the world, man. She is seated in high places. She's the one that dictates what another country's foreign or domestic policy is going to be. It says to call passengers who go right on their ways. And who are those passengers? Well, those passengers are simple ones, man. Those passengers here are other countries, be like us, join our banking system. It'll work out good for you. And I mean, you got many examples of this bastard dealing treacherously, as the scriptures say. Look at what they did to Muammar Gaddafi. Look at what they did to Saddam Hussein, man. All these people were CIA assets, man. And America turned on them. But yet, again, these passengers, they still pass by. It says, whosoever is simple, let him turn in hither. And as for them that wanteth understanding, she says to him. See, and, all these nations, man, they are simple. Without this understanding, it doesn't matter whether you have a doctorate, it doesn't matter whether you're a president, it doesn't matter what your position is. Ultimately, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this is what sets you apart. This is what makes you a ruler. This is what makes you a divine judge, Allah Chayim, man. This is what's important. Doesn't the scripture say the fashion of this world fadeth quickly? Man, we don't care about this place, man. So the point that I'm trying to say, man, is that even though these people have big titles, statesmen, they're simple, man. It says, stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant, man. Stolen waters are sweet, man. Goes into the robbery, man. Goes into the thievery, but even more so, that's a whole. I'm going to stick to the topic here. Verse 18 says, but he knows not that the dead are there, and that her guests are in the depths of hell, man. And that's the warning to you nations, man. That's the warning to you Iranians, protesting to want to take it. What's the book of Revelation, the 17th chapter? It talks about the 10 horns sharing power for 1 hour with the whore. That's what these people want. These people want to share 1 hour of power with the whore before she gets burned in hell. But the scriptures say her guests are in the depths of hell, man, because anybody part of this beast system is destined to be destroyed, man. I mean, for sure, we know Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, he's going into captivity. That's without a doubt. We don't even have to go, that's, you got to pay back for everything you've done, man. But, these people why would you want to surround yourself with that? Again, the world is simple, man. The world is simple. And, through the mercy and grace of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's given us the wisdom to be able to call these things out, man. So we're going to see what ends up happening. As it stands right now, America is sending warships. I think they're sending the USS Gerald over there. But we'll see what happens, man. And if they end up being, quotation mark, liberated, I mean, this is what's coming to you, man. So enjoy whatever last bit of decency that you may have. Until the next one, shalom.